What's going on, everybody? It's been a couple of weeks, but we're getting back on track. Little break there. Slowest time of the year. Thought I might as well take one. But we're back, and we're going to talk about our struggling Rays and what they should do, or what will they do at the trade deadline. First off, we know how the Rays operate. Everyone is expendable. It doesn't matter how big of a fan favorite. You can be gone. You can be gone. Randy Arozarena, that means you. Yandy Diaz, that means you. Brandon Lau, that means you. Zach Eflin, that means you too. Everybody on the team except for maybe 3 people. Taj Bradley, Ryan Pepio, I'll throw in Josh Lowe. That means you. You could be gone tomorrow. And the current state of the Rays is just not good. Way too inconsistent. I don't think they're as bad as they're actually showing. Like when you look at their starting pitchers and their relievers and you look at the lineup, I don't think it's as bad as they're showing. But it's kind of the same thing as last year when they were on that super hot streak and they were playing so well. I don't think they were as good as they were showing, like we saw in the wild card. So with that being said, front office has some huge, massive decisions coming up regarding their star players. We're hearing teams are already calling in to the Rays to speak about those 4 guys, those 4 names I just talked about. And I would be willing to bet at least one of them gets dealt. Because the question is, do you think the Rays are going to make the playoffs? I put a poll up on my channel. Small channel. I probably only got about 20 votes, but not a single person said they thought the Rays were going to make the playoffs. So there's the answer to your question. If you don't think the Rays are going to make the playoffs, why hold on to a Randy Arozarena, who is probably going to be gone at the end of the year anyways, with his arbitration continuing to go up? Why not get something for him? So let's pull up the contracts of these 4 guys and see, does it make more sense to just move on now, or we love all 4 of these guys, let's just ride it out with them? Let's take a look. All right, so first up we have Randy Arozarena. Like I said, next level of arbitration coming up next year. This year he was at $8.1 million. Next year, you could probably see another bump there. Don't think the Rays are going to be paying that. So there's one guy. Next up, Yandy Diaz. 32 years old right now. I will say, out of these 4 guys, the guy I would want to see the Rays keep the most is Yandy Diaz. What he does, you've seen players do it for a long time. These contact guys, he's already not fast, so we don't got to worry about, speed declining as he ages. You can do that for a long time. It's not like Randy Arozarena. Let's go back to him. You've seen every single year his speed percentile, his rankings in the MLB, it's gone down every single year. That was kind of one of his tools that he built himself upon, was that speed, stealing bases. You're seeing him this year get caught way more than you would say his rookie or his second year with the Rays. Excuse me. Is this something he can keep up? I personally don't think he will age as gracefully as a Yandy Diaz, who is only a couple years older than Randy, by the way, so it's not like this is some huge age gap. Continuing with this theme of how they're going to age, Randy Arozarena, left fielder. He's never really been a great defender, and it's only been getting worse year over year. So there's another thing. Yandy Diaz, you can play first base, DH for a long time. So back to Yandy here. He's at that $8 million price point there, and then it jumps up to $10 million next year, which, I mean, for what Yandy Diaz has done, you look at what he did last year, Silver Slugger Award, that's a steal. That is an absolute steal. Now we're looking at Brandon Lau, who in 2019 signed a 6-year, $24 million contract. You see those first few years, the Rays doing what they do. Very much backloading the contract, because when the time comes where they start to make around $10 million a year, the door's that way. So you see $1 million, $500,000, $2.5 million, $4 million. That's a steal for Brandon Lau. But we start getting into around this $10 million mark here. The Rays don't like that. The Rays front office does not like that, and teams can always use a power left-handed bat. So Brandon Lau, absolutely a player I could see being a name that is thrown around a lot in these trade discussions. And then the last guy we're going to talk about here, who I've talked about on this channel, making a whole video about this just for him, Zach Eflin. And that is due to this huge number coming up next season. You see, like I said, theme, backloading contracts. Rays went $11 million. Next year's $18 million for Zach Eflin. I don't see the Rays paying that price tag. I just don't see it. So he's a quality guy. He's not someone that where like Randy Arozarena, you're going to be selling low on Randy Arozarena due to his poor performance so far this season. Zach Eflin, it's not the same story. While Zach Eflin hasn't been as good as he was last season, it's not like you're having to sell low on Zach Eflin. He's still a very quality pitcher who, playoff team, much needed. You could get something from that. Maybe throw in a reliever. Maybe throw in a Poche or Armstrong or someone like that. And you could probably make something work. Get a nice prospect. Who knows? But Zach Eflin, that's a quality piece to move. It really is. So if the Rays do sell, I've listed these 4 guys. These are the Rays' star players. You could call it. I don't think the Rays need to do a hard sell. They don't need to put everything out in the garage and be like, we got this massive garage sale. Come take everything. I don't think that's the case. Like I said, I don't think this team is as bad as they've been showing so far this season. But then again, I don't believe they're going to make the playoffs. So why not get something for what you have and invest a little bit in your future? Look at next season. You got a bunch of pitchers coming back. Shane McClanahan will be back. Jeffrey Springs will be back this season. Rasmussen will be back this season. Even if you move a Eflin, your starting rotation is still stacked, even without Zach Eflin, which is insane. And then you look at the roster. Can you fill some holes? Catcher. Yeah. They have to do something about that catcher spot. But you see where I'm going. Next year, I think the Rays can make something happen with the roster that they have. I don't think they need to do a full-on hard sell. If the Rays do a hard sell instead of a soft sell, I would hope it would be towards that 2026 marker, kind of doing like a Baltimore Orioles thing. Like it seemed like for the Baltimore Orioles, like everything just came together all at once. It was just like they're the laughingstock of the MLB, and then boom, just a loaded lineup. So you look at it, Junior, Carson Williams, Xavier Isaac. You got a ton of good prospects coming out that pipeline. Junior we should see this year, Carson probably next year, Xavier Isaac the year after. Do you aim for that 2026 point instead of that 2025 point? Maybe sell a little bit more and invest a little bit more in the future? That would be the hard sell. So you have your hard sell options. Build for when all of these prospects are entering the MLB and kind of just hope that it all hits all at once, which I wouldn't exactly bet on because rarely that's how it works. Baltimore Orioles, it really did work out for them. Or do a soft sell and kind of just say, it's not our year. We just have not been playing consistent baseball. We dealt with so many injuries at the start of the season. Let's sell, soft sell, regroup, come back next year. McClanahan's back in that rotation and just have a little bit better of a lineup, more consistent lineup going into that 2025 season. So you have your two options there. Let me know what you guys think the Rays should do down in the comment section below. Actually, we have three options: don't sell, soft sell, or hard sell. So there's three options for you. Leave it down in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Go Rays. Y'all have a blessed one.